Hello, hello, hello. Anyone is there? Let me know. Oh, no. How do I get out of this? There we go. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. It has been so long since I have been live in his house on YouTube. So let me know if anybody is there, if anybody can see or hear me. I wanted to go live and talk about, let's see, am I even public? Hopefully I'm public and I'm not, it didn't switch me to unlisted. Okay, good, I'm public. Hi Justine! You can hear me and see me, let me know. Welcome to the Pisces New Moon Live. So today we're going to talk about the Pisces New Moon, a beautiful, beautiful energy that is coming in. Because if you've been anything like me over the last couple of months, it has been a very up and down time, not only for myself, but I've noticed for like a lot of the clients I've had, a lot of different people. It can kind of feel like we've been in this void, you know, this in-between space of like, where are we going versus where are we? What do we want versus where we are now? Hi, Andre. Yes. Hi, Divyata. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for coming. Lots of love from India. Thank you. Thank you, Biff. Glad to be back in action. I've been in a very like contemplative stage the last 2 months, and we're going to talk about it because it has a lot to do with this full or new moon. I keep wanting to call it a full moon for some reason. It has a lot to do with this Pisces new moon. So how has your year been so far? Let me know. Like, even if you're watching the replay of this, let me know in the comments. Have you been like off to the races, or have you been through like a lot of ups and downs, a lot of voids? Like, where am I going? Am I going in the right direction? You know, what's the tea? Let me know in the comments or in the chat here. So oftentimes, you know, when it comes to Pisces energy, let's talk about Pisces energy. Pisces energy deals a lot with duality, light and dark, right? And that can go into so many other things. That can go into good and evil, right and wrong, good and bad, right? Like, we hopefully all know like the principles of duality. It was like one of my very first spiritual concepts and principles I learned on my spiritual awakening journey years ago. So we all should know very much about, you know, light and dark, duality, that everything in the world is, there's always a polarity. For one to exist, the opposite must exist, right? Alan Watts talks amazingly about this. If you've never seen his lecture, The Game of All Games, or I think there's like another one, The Dance Between Light and Dark. Like, it's a great lecture, one of my favorite lectures. But anyway, so there's always going to be a contraction before an expansion. So, and I would love to know, have you been in a contraction period since the new year started? Have you felt a little like, you know, like, I know for me, I was on fire at the end of last year, as some of you may have even seen. And yeah, so I was on fire last year, and it's not so much that I'm not on fire now. Like, I have, you know, sporadic moments of being on fire, but since the year started, I kind of went into this contraction, right? I really noticed I kept reaching this like glass ceiling with my work. Like, you know, my business and everything that I do here online is like a huge part of my life. It's a huge part of my world. It feels like my purpose. And if you're anyone like me, like, you feel like, you know, whatever you're doing, your purpose-driven work, you feel like you're here to do something really big. You feel like you're here to like make a difference, help other people, impact others, and you feel like you get sent on journeys in your own life that you eventually have to share with others, because it's like, if I'm going to dedicate my life to healing and spiritual evolution and growth, why wouldn't I want to share that with others, right? Why wouldn't I want to share that with other people, you know? And so it's like, might as well bring other people with me, because I know that I've been through things that they haven't yet gone through or whatever, right? Like, and so if you are on the path of like a healer or a spiritual path in any way, which I'm guessing you are if you're watching astrology videos, you know, and if you are into manifestation, if you are into the woo, right, then it's like you get sent through journeys that will test you and that will refine you, where you forge your flame in the fire over and over and over again to really sharpen your skills as a healer, mentor, coach, etc. Right? And so when we are on this journey of life, of up-leveling, of quantum leaping, of manifestation, or just everyday normal life, there's always going to be contraction and expansion. And this new moon is very much about expansion. So if you have been in a contraction, this video is going to really meet you, and I'm going to talk about some things that really may help you shift out of it, right? So, but this new moon is very much about this next level expansion that we're going into, and how you can really unify and harmonize everything that you've learned up until this point, so you can move forward in your life with what you actually desire to do. Let me see here. I need to pull up the chart because that was not pulled up beforehand. Okay, there we go. So we have this new moon happening at 20 degrees Pisces. It's 7 degrees away from Neptune and 9 degrees away from Saturn. So it's like sandwiched in the middle of Saturn and Neptune. We also have Venus at 28 degrees Aquarius, getting ready to move into Pisces in the next couple of days, which I cannot wait for. Venus is exalted in Pisces, and Pisces is my 8th house as a Leo rising. So, and I know a lot of my followers are Leo risings because I'm a Leo rising, and like, how lucky are we to have Pisces as our 8th house? Like, let me just say, okay, source is your bank account if you're a Leo rising. So remember that, but important lesson I've had to learn. So basically, with this Pisces new moon, to understand what this new moon is really bringing up, we have to understand Pisces, right? And like I said, Pisces is very much about the duality. It is about the light and dark, right? So what happens a lot of the times when it comes to Pisces energy, the higher expression of Pisces is transcendence, right? Transcendence, to transcend, to rise above, to release, to let go, to forgive, to heal, right? To somehow transmute into something else, to take energy and transmute it into something else, because energy can never be created nor destroyed, right? So when it comes to Pisces, a lot of the times what we have to remember, because this can be the difficult part, right? Because the shadow side of Pisces is escapism, avoidance, running away, right? Not wanting to face things. Like a fish just runs away. When you're a fish, you know, if something big kind of comes up on you, you don't really have much to fight with. Like your only option is really to run away, you know? And so that is why, like, Pisces is usually slippery with conflict. Like, it doesn't want to engage in conflict a lot of the times. It will find a way to move around it, or, you know, something along those lines. So what we are really dealing with, and the two energetics that we are dealing with Pisces, hi Stephanie, is either duality or unity. And how do we transcend the game of duality, the game of black and white, the game of binary thinking, the game of good and bad, right and wrong, you know, whatever, to everything is a one, and I am good with everything. I am good with the universe. I am good with myself, right? Because here's the thing, the difference between Sagittarius and Pisces, both Jupiter ruled signs. I'm a traditional Hellenistic astrologer, by the way. The difference between these two signs, hi Goddess Good 11, thank you. I've missed you guys. I just wasn't feeling like too lit up about doing astrology for a bit there, and so took a little break and focused mainly on my coaching business, which I've been loving, and it's just been absolutely incredible. The results my clients have been getting, and everything we've been doing over there. So, but yeah, but I am back. So at least for now. I don't know if I'm like I said before, I'm probably not going to consistently do like monthly horoscopes, but I will do new and full moon like readings like this and stuff sometimes, because I'm such an astrology nerd. Like you can, take me out of YouTube, but you can't take the astrology out of the girl. Something like that. But anyway, so when I follow politics, I find the hidden behind-the-scenes activity causing problems that the general public doesn't have time to deal with. Yes, and see, that's a great thing. So I had to learn the lesson with like politics and focusing on, because where focus goes, energy flows, right? So in 2021, I really was introduced to my rebel side with everything that was going on in the world. And I became very, 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 very engaged and focused on what I felt like other people were not seeing, and the problems and all of that, right? And the thing is like when we're talking, and this goes so much into Pisces and this new moon, because Pisces is about energetics. Pisces is about the energy. It's not about what you know. It's not about what everybody else knows. It's not about what you think you know. It's not about your mind and your logic. That's why Virgo is opposite of Pisces. It's not about any of that, because it's really about the energy. So often, like the way I can relate this, like being a mentor and in that kind of industry, is like oftentimes, and anybody that helps people or is some kind of leader, oftentimes what happens is we can kind of discount what we're able to help people with, because we're depending on our knowledge, not our energy, right? Like the reason that my clients get the results that they do is because of an energetic thing. They come to me and I'm energetically able to tap them into themselves. By being in my energy, people energetically shift. Right? They find themselves, they find their truth, they find alignment. What is alignment? Alignment is truth, the truth of who you are, right? And so this is like the thing, like when we are caught in the duality of good and bad, whether in politics, whether in the world, whether in whatever, it doesn't mean that you need to ignore it or escape it, but what do you have control over? Because this is where, again, Pisces energy, whatever, if you want to find your power, if you want to find your power of choice, what do you control and what don't you control? For me, I had to get to the realization and the awakening of, by me focusing on all the problems in the world and carrying the world's problems on my back, that I was not helping anybody, and that by me talking about all the problems and thinking about all the problems and worrying about all the problems, I was adding to the same frequency, which is fear, that creates those problems to begin with. So I realized that because we always have two choices in life, we can put our energy towards destruction or creation. Again, like I keep bringing up the duality with Pisces, a lot of twos here, right? Like I keep bringing it down to like two energetics, right? We can focus our energy on destruction. How do I take away something, destroy something, get rid of something because it's bothering me, right? And all of our energy goes there, and it's draining, it is miserable, it is tiring, it is like, oh my gosh, right? Or creation. How can I create something better than what I see? How can I be the change that I wish to see in the world? And I know it's cliche, but if you are 30 or older, you've probably realized that all cliches are pretty much true by this point, right? So they're simple principles that are the truth, right? So when it comes to Pisces, this is a great example, duality. How do we rise above the duality of black and white, good and bad, right and wrong? This part of me is bad, but this part of me is good. How can I get back to being like this? The best is in the past. There's a lot of past with Pisces energy, right? Like reminiscing on the past, being haunted by the past. not wanting to let go. The worst thing you can do right now in this season is be in resistance. Anything that you resist will persist. Anything that you avoid feeling, you are feeding. It will get worse and bigger and bigger and bigger. What do you do in an ocean when you are struggling? You sink. You go deeper and deeper and deeper. But as soon as you stop struggling and you surrender in every fiber of your being to the ocean, you will float. That is the energy of Pisces season. And when you are in creation, and when you are in alignment with your truth, and when you are in surrender, desire can start filling you again. Desire can start filling that void again. Instead of you trying to fill it with whatever you think you need, whatever your mind is telling you need, whatever external thing you think needs to change for you to change. Pisces season and Pisces as a sign is, like I said, with Jupiter being the ruler of Pisces, is coming to one's own internal awakening of who they really are, realizing that you are the one, that your energy is what is here to manifest, realizing that when you are in your energy and when your energy is aligned, everything else around you and everything that you do from that state will work out 10 times better than if you are in a war with yourself. Duality is war. Duality is conflict. And there's a reason for duality, so I'm not saying that duality is bad and, unity is good. But to get out of duality, you have to harmonize. You have to see that both sides, whether it's something within yourself or something external to you, both exist and they both complement each other. And they are both two sides of the same exact coin. You have to start seeing the similarities. You have to start bridging the gap. You have to start bridging the separation. Because Pisces is about rising above the separation. Pisces is about rising above the ego. Pisces is about rising above the line between two things. And it's about coming back into harmony, into unity, into all of that with yourself. Because you are the one. When things change internally, when you wake up internally, everything around you starts to change. Right? But it's a process of waking up. And you wake up through realizing that you are a part of everything, that everything is one, that everything is everything. And the only control that you have, the only choice that you have is what you do about it. You have choices over yourself, right? So this is about coming into harmony with yourself. And then from there, expansion begins. When you awaken to who you are, and you can have many awakenings, because there's times where we go back to sleep, where we forget, where we get we get under what I call human amnesia, where we're like, oh, I forgot how powerful I was. Oh, I forgot what it's like to be awake. Oh, I have to do this and I have to do that. And we get sucked back into the Matrix or whatever you want to call it, right? And we're just going throughout the day and we're just being automatic, and we're just kind of subconsciously living our lives on autopilot in the driver or in the passenger seat of our lives as time goes by, and we're complaining why everything sucks, right? Well, what at the root of all of it is you are at war within yourself in some way, shape, or form. You are neglecting one part of yourself to try to save another part of yourself. You are preferring one side of you over another side of you. You have a story around why this part of you is bad and this part of you is good. Or you have a story around why this happened to you and why the past and, why you're being held back or whatever. You create these stories like this fairy tale, these different fairy tales that are delusional, that we create to try to make sense of what's happening. But when we can drop the stories and we can drop the delusion, there's so many people that say you have to be delusional to manifest. But I don't think it's delusion at all. I think that is truth. When you are in alignment with your highest truth, it does not matter what is happening external to you. You don't care about your circumstances, because you know that you have the power and hold the power within you to do whatever the hell you want. So when you can drop the stories, and when you can drop the victim, because the other part of the shadow side of Pisces is very much the victim, being in victim energy. This is happening to me. This is happening to me. Why is this happening to me? Why am I doing this to myself? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to them? Right? And we get into this victim consciousness that like breeds lack and separation and scarcity and like all of the things, right? So again, we have to come back into our power, which is taking accountability for where we're at and what we're doing in our actions, and realizing that we are more powerful than this. We are more powerful than blaming our situation on someone else. We are more powerful than escaping the hard things that we don't want to deal with. We are more powerful than running away from conflict or things that we don't want to deal with, right? Like, we are more powerful than that. Because when we say that this is the problem and I can't because of this and this is why, and, you know, why is this happening to me? We are discounting and failing to see how capable and powerful we are, right? And yes, there are times, true times in life where we are the victim to something and where things do happen to us that are beyond our control, right? But how we move through that, how we move forward beyond that, how we choose to heal from that is up to us. We do have power over that, right? So this is so big. And you may have already started seeing some of these themes like being weaved into life and the universe, and, you know, patterns that you've been noticing since this new moon or since Pisces season has started. Let me know if you have seen some of these things. Hi, Jason. Hi, Atlee. Hi, Stars. So let me know if you have seen some of these things already going on. I kind of went on a riff there, but here's what it all comes down to, right? And these are all things we need to understand because they all deal with manifestation. You can't talk about manifestation without talking about these energetics, right? Like, and so if you want to use this Pisces new moon to really like manifest and get all the way aligned within yourself and with what you want to become the match within yourself, which is really just you becoming more you and shedding more of the bullshit that you're not, right? Like this, I always say all the time, if you follow me on Instagram, if you work with me, etc., this is a journey of becoming more and more yourself, more and more your true self, right? So you can either run from who you are and your fear, or you can embrace it and realize that you are all of it. This is unity. This is healing. This is coming together. How can you come together with your fear, your doubt, your worry, your whatever? How can you merge, right? Pisces season is about merging. When a drop joins an ocean, it doesn't just like stay a drop. It becomes the whole ocean. That's why, you know, a lot of these traits are what they are, like merging, you know, like emotion, like all of these things, like they come from the element of the sign and what the sign represents in the season that it's in. So the thing is like Pisces season is also about really breaking these patterns down that we find ourselves in, these stuck patterns of like doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting lost and feeling stuck and like, again, meeting these different levels of resistance within ourselves, because the only way that we can actually truly feel and actually like get to the desire that we want to get to is by breaking down the resistance, by breaking down the barriers and barriers and barriers of resistance that we've built to keep us safe against it, right? Like, we can only receive what we have space to receive. If we have all this resistance, all these walls built up to keep ourselves safe, then we're going to constantly meet resistance, right? So this is so huge. We have to become adaptable. We have to become like water. We have to flow through things. We have to let things flow through us, rather than like hitting up against every single wall, every single block, every single situation that comes up in your life or within yourself, meeting it with resistance, right? Which ends up slowing you down and creating a heavy energy in your frequency. This is about keeping your energetic frequency light and not like ignoring, escaping, blocking, resisting the things that you don't want to feel, because that is dense and that will weigh you down, and that's when we begin to feel stuck and lost and like all of the things, right? So we feel the lightest when there's nothing we are resisting anymore. I always say that self-love is no longer being in conflict with any part of who you are. That is self-love, and that is the ultimate freedom internally. When you can walk around the world and be so in love with every part of you, that is true freedom. That is true healing. There's nothing left to hide from, to fear, to resist, to push away, to hide. Like, there's none of that, right? And yeah, it'll come back up because there's always a new lesson or a new code to be cracked, especially if you're on a spiritual journey, an awakening journey, a healing journey, a mentorship journey, a guide journey where you're here to guide other people and help other people. Again, like I said before, you will consistently be put through journeys that you're here to help other people with eventually. So how do you heal, right? How do you actually heal? And this was like a code that I've been really kind of anchoring in lately. Healing is really love. So the key to healing is love. When you can actually learn to love the parts of you that you resist, again, unity rather than duality, right? How can you merge things together rather than trying to separate them or get rid of one to, save the other, right? When you can love these parts of you that you resist, when you can love the different parts of your past that you still feel shameful about or like whatever, right? When you can own all of who you are and your journey, you are set free. And when you can learn to love these things that you resist, you transcend, you heal, you move beyond. Because love, the power and the frequency of love also has a lot to do with Pisces energy, and it allows you to merge with things and transcend things. So, no matter like what kind of, time period you're in your life right now, whether you're going through an ebb or a lull in your life or like a contraction in your life right now, like what we don't realize is a lot of the times, like in these voids where we go through these time periods that feel more difficult, where we're in self-doubt, we're in fear, like all of that, like what I kind of had the realization of is like everything that you've been wanting is inside those time periods. Like if you've been wanting to feel more confident in yourself, you're gonna find confidence in those time periods. If you've been wanting to get rid of your self-doubt that holds you back all the time, or to get rid of a certain fear that holds you back all the time, that's why it comes up in those time periods, right? Because when we go through those time periods, they bring up all of the little things in our subconscious closets that we've been, holding on to, resisting, not feeling, that are holding us back. So when we actually give ourselves permission to feel them and to face them instead of, again, resisting them, we then begin to heal. When we begin to love these different parts of us, we begin to heal. And we begin to transcend and kind of set ourselves free from the heaviness and the, all of the ick that we feel inside by resisting them. So we can't really talk about going after our big dreams and achieving our big visions and manifesting the big shit that we want to manifest, like, without talking about moving through those voids where it's not quite happening yet, or where we kind of get stuck and we get human amnesia and we kind of go back to sleep and we forget about who we are and what we were doing and why we're here, and we are trying to get rid of it, get out of it, etc., right? So that's why I'm talking about this, because I feel like it's so relevant, because Pisces season, again, very much about duality. Like, okay, you want the light, but can you handle the dark, right? Okay, you want, like, you know, that successful business. Well, can you handle the time periods where it's unsuccessful? Okay, you want, like, you know, this dream relationship. Well, can you handle and have the emotional intelligence to actually receive that dream relationship? Okay, you want like 10 people to sign up to like your new program, you know? Okay, but you can't even handle one person telling you no. But you want all this success, but like, you know, like, everything comes with a flip side. Everything comes with a flip side, right? Like, everything comes with the flip side. So the spaces in between are about doing the work, refining your own self, getting back to you. They bring up your deepest fears and deepest shadows, because these are the things that have been holding you back from your next level. So, you know, if you've been wanting to feel good enough, you know, like, this is the time to feel good enough even when you're going through a difficult time, right? So you have a sense of fulfillment within. So you learn that you don't need external things. You don't need things to be going your way to feel good. You can deal with things even when they're out of control, right? Because right now in the ocean of Pisces, everything is out of our control. We can only focus on what is in our control in this energy, because everything's a mystery. Everything is the unknown. We're never going to truly know for sure. We're only going to be able to feel, and feel like an energetic, something energetic tying us to something more. And so we're not going to be able to see, but we're going to be able to envision. We're not going to be able to fully know how, but we're going to be able to feel, right? We're going to be able to believe. So this is huge. This is really the full circle of Pisces energy. So many, like, when we're kind of lost in the mind, like, we want to focus on like how, and just give me the like step-by-step process, and I just need this solution, I just need this answer, I just need this, I just need that, I just need this, I just need that. And it's like, that's when we are not in our truth, in alignment. That's when we are not in our energy and we get stuck in the mind, right? So again, alignment is really coming back to your truth, right? Everything is energy. Everything is energy. Pisces season. There's so much about that. So when we can merge these different aspects of ourselves, the light and the dark, the good and the bad, whether externally or internally, when we can merge this, we can then come into a place of neutrality, right? Where we transcend good and bad, and, you know, this like really dense human, you know, frequency of like just being on autopilot, being in the passenger seat, like not really actually living our lives to the fullest, or living our lives with intention, right? Like, a lot of people aren't living their lives with true intention, or living their lives in the way that they desire it, or living their lives in a way that they want to create. Like, they're not living their lives for who they're becoming and the journey at large. They're living their lives just going by a framework that someone else invented. Wake up, do this, you know, go to your job, do this, do that, do this, go to sleep, right? It's like most people are living their lives that way, and instead of living it with true intention. So this new moon in Pisces is like, okay, it's time to wake the fuck up. It's time to remember your dream, Remember what you truly desire. Remember your soul's path, your soul's vision, what you came here for. What is your big vision? Right? What is your big vision? Why did you, like, when did you let it go? When did you stop believing in it? When did this war within yourself create some inconsistency to where you just stopped believing? Come back to your vision. Have faith. Have belief. This new moon is in a sextile with Uranus. You know, like, there's so many unexpected, beautiful, divine things that can happen for this new moon. But again, if you truly want to manifest, the best way to manifest is with clean energy. Feeling aligned within yourself. It coming from desire, not lack. Because a lot of people try to manifest from lack and then they wonder why it's not happening or why it's taking so long or why they don't really get what they want. Because it's coming from lack. It's not coming from desire. To be in desire, true desire, like, I don't need this manifestation. I'm good within myself. I don't need this manifestation because I want it to change something within me. I desire it. I desire it because it'll change something in my life, but I don't need it to change something within me. I'm good and I'm fulfilled within me. When we manifest from that place, it is 10 times freaking faster. It is like quantum. Like, quantum shit starts to happen. Because we're not in this frequency of desperation and need, and I need this to feel happy, and I need this to feel good about myself, and I need this to fill some void within me. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm good, honey. I am good, right? I just want this because I know that it's going to change my life and help me create my life in the way that I desire it, right? But I'm not attached to the outcome. Whether it happens or it doesn't happen, I'm good. But it will happen because I desire it to. And I know how powerful I am. That's like the energy that creates beautiful things. That's the energy of how I've quantum leaped in my business to 10K months and like all kinds of crazy stuff, called in, you know, new soul aligned clients and in the matter of, you know, days. Like, I've done so many freaking crazy things in my life with that energy. And I've helped others do the same. Like, that's literally my job. You know, like, that's literally my job. I help you come back to you so you can come back to your truth, come back to your alignment, come back to your energy, and then change your whole fucking life at rapid speed and experience like a true quantum leap. Experience what it's like to become more and more and more and more and more you. To shed off all the freaking layers of the things that you thought you were that you weren't. To love all of yourself and be so in love with your life and the things that you're doing and the things that you're creating. To be in creative overdrive to where ideas are coming to you left and right, like you can't even keep up with them because you're just like, oh my God, I could just be creating all day. And because you know you're here to do something, you know you're here to do something in the world, to make a huge impact. To have maybe a business or coaching or a healing business or whatever that gives back to other people, or you do it through content or whatever. Like, we are creators. That is our purpose here in some form or another. We are creators. Everything around you is a creation. But when we are so focused on, our energy so focused on destruction, how to save ourselves from something, get rid of something, avoid a destruction, then we don't have the energy to be in our full creative power. And that is what this Pisces new moon is about. So, really quick, I was going to see if I had some tarot cards because it felt very Piscean, but I don't have any at this desk right now, so never mind. But really quick, I'm going to go through the 12 signs. And then also, I just wanted to say really quick before we start that if you didn't know already, I have a podcast now. I don't talk about astrology, but I talk about all the other things in there, energetics, business, like all of that. And then also, I am doing a special right now on my membership. So I have a membership that I talk about these things all the time in. I don't, again, it's not like specifically astrology related, it's more energetics, quantum leaps, manifestation, up leveling your whole life. It is for those of you that are creators, healers, coaches, mentors, business owners. Like, you know, you're here to make a big impact, you're here to help other people, you're here to lead, all of that, right? It's for those of you, and I have a special just for this month right now, where you can sign up and you get access to all the trainings I've already done. I do a daily training Monday through Friday. The community in there is like freaking next level. Queens, like, they will blow your mind. They will hype you up, collaborate, like, they are your people. Everyone that's came in there is like, oh my god, I found my home on the internet, like, holy shit. So we have a like 95-ish% retention rate where people choose to stay instead of cancel, because it's so good, and I'm always adding more to it, and you get access to so much. But it's literally only $111 right now for your first month, and then you can choose to cancel or stay after. It's called my Co-Creatrix membership. So that should be linked down below, or it should be in the link where my programs link down below at least. And then also I'm doing a special right now on one-on-one chart readings, where you can get a one-on-one 1 hour chart reading for anything you desire for $111 right now. That's not going to last much longer, maybe like a week. So if you would desire to get a chart reading, definitely click the link down below. And I do have some one-on-one spots opening for coaching. So if that's something that you desire, just email me or reach out to me on my social media platforms. And we can talk about it. I do free consultations, so we can just like talk face to face for 15 minutes or so and figure out if we're a good match and what all you need and all that. So anyways, but I love you guys, and thank you for being here, and thank you for coming, those of you that are still here. And if you have any questions about this new moon, let me know in the chat, because I will be answering some of your questions as I see them. So okay, so let's start with, hold on, where am I at? What's going on? I'm not from here. So I love saying that because number one, I've always felt like I was an alien, and number two, my friend and I went to Florida for a vacation, and like we stopped at different places along the way, and people would get mad because we didn't know like where we were going or what we were doing, or like we were like driving on the wrong side or like whatever, like, or we were just like, like we'd come to a restaurant for the first time and we wouldn't know like what. And so anytime people would like get like frustrated with us or like kind of look at us like, what are you doing? We'd be like, sorry, we're not from here. And ever since then, I just say it all the time, like when the moment is right. But anyway, because I just feel like it goes along perfectly, like black sheep, alien, always felt different, rebel, kind of misfit person here. So okay, so let's start with Pisces, since it is your new moon dawning. So for Pisces risings, the new moon is obviously happening in your first house, boo. So this is all about self. This is all about you. If you didn't see the whole first part of this live, you definitely need to go watch it, because you're going to relate to it. It is so much about you. It is so much about how you identify yourself, and really, this is a new, fresh start where you can really kind of move into either a new version of yourself that's coming through, or you're becoming even more yourself. You're accessing yourself on multiple layers, right? You're multidimensional, multifaceted self, right? And you are merging different parts of you and kind of maybe releasing, merging, transcending, or unifying any duality that you feel within, right? So that's really what this new moon is so much about for you. And this is going to be very crucial for you as we have, you know, the next new and full moons we're having are going to be eclipses in your second and eighth house. So finances, your resources, what's important to you. So this is a time of you coming back to yourself, a brand new beginning. Great manifestation portal of you really coming into who you are, coming back to yourself, expanding, feeling expanded. Like, have you been living up to your full potential? Are you really like proud of how you've been living your life and how you've been showing up to your life? Are you really proud of who you're becoming, right? And if not, like, how can you do the work that I talked about in the first part of this video to really come back into balance with yourself, right? And so that's going to be really crucial as we're coming up on these eclipses for Pisces risings. And yeah, that's basically it for Pisces risings. So moving on to Aries risings. So for Aries risings, oh, and then really quick, wanted to say, because I'm going to just keep repeating it after every sign like I would if I was doing a normal video. Definitely check the links below, check the description below. I'm doing a sale right now on readings, and I have other things going on, so check the description below. Aries rising. So this new moon is happening in your 12th house, you know, the kind of hidden subconscious sector. So this is a time where your dreams are really important. Subconscious work, healing, letting go. Again, a lot of the things I said in the beginning of this video are going to be very true for you as well. They're true for every sign, right? But some signs they're going to be like, you know, like a triple threat for, right? Like it's going to be doubled on there. So, but yeah, so this is a time of like you really cleaning out your subconscious closets, you know, like you releasing, transcending, forgiving, coming into some kind of like, you know, resurrection of who you know yourself to be, who you are, and releasing anything that is not serving you, right? This is a time where you could find that something pulls you out of your normal everyday routines. Maybe you have this feeling of like, I just want to get away. I just want to be by myself. I just want to do my own thing. I want to explore the unknown randomly. You know, something, this could be a really great time where you are maybe ending certain habits, you know, certain, I don't know, routines, habits, etc. that are no longer serving you. This is a time of like going inward, you know, doing the inner work, the spiritual work, focusing on how, you know, maybe some health things as well could be coming up. But this is really just a time of like, you know, you figuring out what you need to release in order to feel renewed, in order to feel healed. You know, it's like a really like a new beginning of like you releasing something and coming into fulfillment within yourself. And so that's what I'm seeing for Aries risings. And if you would like to book a reading or anything, I do have readings open right now for a short amount of time, and I'm doing a sale, so they are below. And I also have other things going on, so see the description below. So, okay, Taurus risings. And for those of you guys that are here, let me know if any of these are your signs, if they're resonating with you. Taurus risings. This new moon is happening in your 11th house of friends, networking, connections, your aspirations, and your long-term goals. So this is really coming back to like, what's your vision? This is really big for Taurus risings right now, actually. What's your vision? What is your long-term vision? What are you working towards? What are you manifesting? What are your aspirations? Where are you going? What is your direction? You know, you have a lot of planets in your 10th house right now too. You know, like what are you building on top of, and what connections are you maybe manifesting or that you can bring in that can help you achieve this vision or stay on track to achieve this vision, right? This is a time where you are getting very clear on potential, you know, topics to do with friends, connections, networking, and again, like your long-term goals and aspirations. And so this is kind of what's happening for you if you're a Taurus rising. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just 11th house shit. So it's all about your vision and where you're going and who can help you get there, pretty much. And then if you would like a reading with me right now, definitely see my description below. I do have a little sale going on for a short period of time. So, Gemini ascendant, this is this new moon is happening in your 10th house of career, future, authority, your direction in life, where you're going, your long-term goal. So similar to Taurus risings, this is also very much about your big vision for your life, your legacy. What are you here to do? What's the vision of your future? What kind of vision do you want? What kind of vision are you aspiring, to create in your life? And again, like the first part of this video, I went really in depth and talked about a lot of this. So definitely go watch that if you didn't. But this is like the time where you're like, okay, I'm rising to meet this vision. Like, not only are you manifesting this vision, right? But this vision is manifesting you. Like, you have the desire for a reason, right? And so this is like coming into either some kind of new alignment or new sense of clarity with your vision, or coming back and remembering, like, oh yeah, I had this dream, I had this vision, I kind of fell off track maybe, or I kind of wasn't holding on to it as tightly and I kind of forgot, I kind of fell under human amnesia for a little bit, or something, because there's been like a focus on your home, family, and private life with that last Virgo full moon, so it's like, oh, okay, like you are getting realigned to your future, your career, your long-term vision and where you're going and where that's going, right? And so this is a beautiful time where you can finally see, like, it can feel like the light at the end of the tunnel is finally here, right? And so that is what I'm seeing for you if you're a Gemini rising. So, and then also I have a sale going on in my reading, so read the caption below. It won't be lasting too much longer. If you are a Gemini rising and would like a chart reading or anything else, see my description below. So Cancer risings, I have here the new moon happening in your 9th house. So this is very much about, again, when it's it's kind of same as Gemini and Taurus, it is very much about the visionary. For Cancer risings, this is more about the path of the visionary, the path of imagination, and what you are learning from being on this visionary pursuit in your life. And really kind of seeing what you want for your soul's journey in a whole new perspective, potentially, with this new moon. Like, you could really be seeing, like, this is what I need to learn, or this is what I want to continue to learn. You could be really getting into the creative arts, learning something that's very creative, learning something that's very spiritual, like, getting kind of realigned with your own spiritual truths and principles, or embarking on a journey to finding your own in some way, right? That's very much what this could be about for you if you're a Cancer rising. You could also find that there's a lot going on in terms of maybe traveling, or where you want to travel, or your visions or ideas for where you're traveling, or your future, etc. And there could also be a lot happening in terms of, like, your friends, your networks, your aspirations and goals, with the ruler of this new moon being in your 11th house, and then also finances and other people's money and exchanges and things like that, with Venus and Mars being in your 8th. So yeah, there's a lot of different things kind of weaving in here together, but this is an overall positive new moon if you are a Cancer rising. I mean, it's a pretty positive new beginning to do with, like, where are you going from here? What is the creative, visionary, like, long-term horizon that you are going towards? What's the journey that you're wanting to take, So Leo risings, this new moon is happening in our 8th house, my fellow Leo risings. And something I've really kind of been coming back around to, something I've realized before, but that's been really coming back up lately, because you know how that happens, like life is cyclical, is basically this idea of like source, the universe, something higher than you, ruling over money and financial wins and success and, you know, your bank account even, you know. And the reason that I say this is because we have Pisces as our 8th house, right? The 8th house of wealth and success and shared financial wins, you know, business, you know, money that you get from anywhere else outside of you, pretty much, that you didn't, you know, that isn't just like something that you already have, that you already receive, resources that you already have, right? The 8th house is the house of like abundance and wealth and moving beyond, you know, just like your resources into, you know, having a business or something like that, right? Taxes, you know, all of these things. So all of these different topics could be coming up right now, but you know, pretty strongly for you if you're a Leo rising. But with this new moon, it's kind of giving you a lesson that you may have received before. Because with Pisces being our 8th house, it's very much about embracing the unknown, embracing the mystery. It may be difficult for you to, you know, create a lot of money for yourself or a lot of financial wins if you are just focused on strategy and the mind and, you know, doing the little things to get by, right? Or like settling for things that you don't even want. Like with Pisces being the 8th house, it's like you almost have to let go, surrender, and work with something higher than yourself in some way, or believe in where you're going, at least believe in the goal, believe in the vision that you have to create the success that you desire. And so it's really like a spiritual take on finances. And, you know, but it's also like, you know, Pisces as the 8th house, this is a great, great time for manifestation of wealth, manifestation for business, manifestation for, you know, anything to do with money related things, occult related things as well. This would be a great new moon to like do a ritual, something like that for Leo risings. This is really huge. There could be some kind of new beginning coming in with like maybe a partner's finances or a relationship and how finances engage with that as well. So something like that could be happening for some of you too. But that is basically what's going on with this new moon in Pisces in the 8th for Leo risings. And also I'm doing a limited time offer sale right now for my one-on-one chart readings, where you can ask like whatever the hell you want and we go over your chart and stuff for an hour. So book that down below if you are interested. It won't be lasting much longer. So okay, Virgo risings, the new moon is happening in the 7th house of Pisces. So this is definitely a new beginning in your relationships, a fresh new beginning in your relationships. So this could be bringing up a lot of the things I talked about in the beginning of this live stream with, you know, forgiveness and unity and oneness and energetics. I went over a lot of different energetic principles and codes in the beginning of this, so definitely go back and watch if you haven't, if you want like a really in-depth, you know, kind of version of this. But overall, this is happening in your relationship sector. So this is affecting your relationships to some degree, or your partner to some degree, or other people around you to some degree. You may see them kind of reacting in a certain way with this energy. It's overall a very nice energy. It's just opposite of your energy. So for you, it can feel confusing. This Pisces energy can feel confusing for a Virgo rising, because a Virgo rising wants details, it wants accuracy, it wants to know how things are going to go, it wants a plan, it wants, you know, logic and analytics. But Pisces is very much about letting go and trusting and not needing everything to be perfect, not needing everything to, you know, be in order, right? And so it's like a lot of like kind of releasing what's not in your control in terms of relationships, and maybe coming full circle around to forgiveness, unity, oneness within your relationships, releasing anything from the past that is no longer serving you, releasing anything to do with other people that is no longer serving you, trusting other people in their power and not trying to like micromanage or control anything, right? So, and really figuring out where you can be more flexible, adaptable, and maybe merge with some of these, you know, situations in your life to do with other people. So that is what I'm seeing for Virgo rising. And also I'm doing a sale on my one-on-one readings. So click the link below if you'd like to book. It's only going to be going for a limited time. So, okay, Libra risings. We have the new moon happening in your 6th house of work, health, daily routines, you know, the daily tasks that you do on a day-to-day basis, your work environment, your habits, things like that. So you could see a lot of these topics that have been coming up around like the last couple of weeks and into the next couple of weeks. But basically here, you know, you are really looking at, you know, I actually wrote down this quote around this time last year, and I'm not sure who said the quote, because I didn't write down who said it, unfortunately, because I usually like to give people credit when I mention their stuff, but I actually found it today and was rereading it today, and it was along the lines of, you know, basically, if you want to find out why you keep repeating, you know, certain habits, you have to look at why you keep doing the habit. And so what I kind of gathered from that was, hold on, let me find it because I wrote it down. Okay. The habits that you have are actually showing you what you are seeking more of. So for an example, if you're watching too much TV, why are you watching too much TV? Like, what are you hoping to gain from watching TV every time you go to watch it? Like, what is the need attached to that, right? It could be, oh, I'm looking for more enjoyment, I'm looking for more pleasure, right? So if that's the reason that you are doing it, then how can you add more of that into your life without doing that habit? Can you find a different avenue, maybe a healthier avenue, right? And I mean, this is mainly for bad habits, right? That you're like, why do I keep doing this? I need to stop doing this. It's like, can you find something to replace it that's healthier? Because there's a lot of ways to find enjoyment and pleasure. You know, if you're looking what are the feelings, what are the need? What's the need that has you repeating this pattern, and then find a different way to, you know, settle that need, because really that need is showing you hey, I need more enjoyment and pleasure in my life, which may mean, hey, I want to go out and explore more. I want to go biking more. I want to go just be more a part of social situations, right? Hi, Tamra, welcome. So, you know, that need can actually show you what you can add more of in your life to come back into more harmony with yourself, right? And so the reason I'm bringing this up for Libra risings is because this is very relevant to you if you're a Libra rising, with this new moon happening in your 6th house of habits, right? And Pisces being such an emotional alchemizer, and you know, learning how to merge things and transmute things. You know, if you didn't watch the beginning of this live, it was super, super powerful. Make sure to go back and do that, because it will give you so much more depth and you'll likely relate to it, or a lot of it. So, but that's what this is about for Libra risings with this new moon in your 6th house. So anyway, so let me know if that relates down below if you're a Libra rising. And also I have a limited time sale going on my one-on-one chart readings right now. If you're interested, the link is below. It won't last for much longer. You can get a reading with me for basically whatever you desire for an hour. Thank you, Mystique. So, anyways, hi, George. Yes, definitely restart it, because the beginning was very, very good and deep. So Scorpio risings, this new moon is happening for you in your 5th house of Pisces. Must be fun. Must be nice. So I'm just kidding. But yeah, so this is a really positive, optimistic new moon, if you're a Scorpio rising, this can really bring you back to like your child side, your inner child, like doing some inner child healing or releasing or manifestation would be so, so good for you if you're a Scorpio rising right now. This is like getting back to the things that give you pleasure, that allow you to have fun, coming back to your body and feeling pleasure through your body embodiment practices, somatic healing. All of these things would be so, 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 so good if you are a Scorpio rising. And honestly, Libra rising could relate to some of that too, with like the body work and somatic healing with it being in their sixth. But yeah, like if you're a Scorpio rising, this happening in your fifth house is just like about you really embracing having more fun, being more playful, bringing more pleasure into your life, bringing more creativity into your life. Like creation and art should be such a huge focus. That's where you're going to find your bliss and your magic and all of the things right now. If you didn't watch the beginning of this, you definitely should, because it'll help you. If you're not feeling all those things, it'll help you really shift, right? And start feeling all those things, right? So that's what I'm seeing for Scorpio risings. And then also I'm doing a very, very short limited time discount on my readings right now. So if you would like a reading with me, definitely see the description below. I also have other things I'm doing, so just see the description below and follow me on my other platforms. Okay, so Sagittarius rising, this new moon is happening for you in your fourth house. So this is definitely a time where you could see a lot of new beginnings, new fresh energy coming in with your home. This would be a great time to like clean your home, you know, like do like a energetic cleanse of your home in some way, whether that means rearranging your furniture. I know I'm getting ready to like rearrange my furniture down here in my living room, because I'm just like, I'm ready for a new flow. Like the energy and the flow of where you put things is so real, and it can completely change the mood and the energy and the flow of your home. So it's like, I would be really thinking about that around this time. I would be really thinking about like, okay, like, you know, maybe doing some deep family work, deep family healing, ancestry, really digging into, you know, the past and feeling more nostalgic and things like that, but also very much releasing the past and not allowing the past to continue to haunt you, right? Really finding that that freedom, that unity, that forgiveness, that healing from the inside out, being the model for that for your family. Also could be really big things that you're seeing around this time. It's like really a new energetic beginning for your family and who you are behind the scenes and in your personal life. So let me know how that relates down below. And then also I'm doing a very limited time sale on my one-on-one chart readings. They are back for a limited time. So if you're interested to book one before you know, they are no longer able to be booked, definitely do that down below. So, okay, Capricorn rising. This new moon is happening in your third house. It looked weird on my chart for a second there. Happening in your third house of communication, your environment, and, you know, short trips and travels and, you know, skills, learning endeavors, things like this. So this can definitely be a time for your Capricorn rising where you're definitely focused more on how you are expressing yourself, getting very creative with how you're expressing yourself, getting very creative with what you're saying, how you're speaking. Communication could be a time where you're focused on different creative skill sets and passions, where you're learning different creative tools, all of that. If you're a Capricorn rising, this could also be a time where you're taking short trips, where maybe you're getting away or you're doing things that are more fun and lighthearted. Or, you know, this could also be a time where, again, like I kind of just said with Sag rising, this would be a really good time to kind of go through an energetic cleanse of your environment. Really get rid of anything that's not working, anything that, you know, and this could also, with your environment, it's not just your like surroundings at home, it's your surroundings at work, in your office, with friends, different places that you go, right? Getting more energetically discerning, right, about where you're putting your time and energy. over the next couple weeks could really be big for you as well if you're a Capricorn rising. So that is what I'm seeing if you're a Capricorn rising. Let me know below if that resonates. And then also if you didn't know, I'm doing I just like lost my train of thought. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, the sale. I'm doing a sale right now on my one-on-one readings for a very limited time. I have them back. They were gone for a little bit, but they're back for a limited time and they're on sale. So if you're interested, hit the link below. You can get a reading and ask me, you know, any question that you want. I also have other services, so just see the description below. So Aquarius rising, last but not least, this new moon is happening in your second house of your resources, what's important to you, your priorities, the things that you know that are really important to you, that you hold dear to you, right? Now, when you have Pisces here, this can be very much about like kind of, you know, like your financial matters may be very much about like, you know, or somehow based off of how much you believe in what you're doing, or how much you believe in the things that you're creating, or believe in your sense of ability to make money, or believe in the resources that you are obtaining for yourselves. It could be very centered around faith and having something to do with faith and, you know, all of that as well. So, but this is definitely bringing a spotlight and some kind of new beginning on like not only just money, but what are the other values that you have? What are the other priorities that you have that are very, very important to you? What are the beliefs that you hold dear to you? What are the principles and the codes that you live your life by? You know, and really coming back into these things. This is a great new moon, though, for manifestation of not only just the physical things like money and resources and things like that, but also the emotional and energetic things, right? It's kind of combining the two together. So that is what I'm seeing for you if you're an Aquarius. Let me know if that resonates. And then also, I'm doing for a short limited time, a sale on my readings. They are back for a short limited time, so let me know. Well, not let me know, but click the link down below. Oh, my brain is shutting down. My words are getting all screwed up at this point. Yeah, so this will stay up as a replay when I'm done. So you will get to go back and watch it if you missed anything. So the beginning was good. So if you definitely watch the first half of it, don't just skip to your sign, because the beginning is where it's at. Because the beginning, I lay the foundation for every single sign. Like that will be like the things I talk about in the beginning will be true, like for the most part, you know, for every single sign, right? And so and then really when I get to the horoscopes, it's just, hey, this is where it's happening for you, and a couple ways you may see it playing out, right? So anyways, but I hope you guys have a wonderful Pisces new moon. Let me know how you end up liking this in the comments once it's posted. I would love to hear your feedback and what related to you. And yeah, don't forget to check the description for the current sale that I'm running on my readings, and then also the other offers that I have right now, my membership. And like I said, I do have some one-on-one coaching spaces, limited one-on-one coaching spaces right now. So anyways, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful Pisces new moon, and I will see you guys soon.